Hi there, I'm Rod Bergeron, and I'm going to continue on this series of very loose, very free watercolor paintings, and I'm just taking my brush and I'm splattering a bunch of paint. I shouldn't say paint, this is just dirty water. This is dirty paint water, and I'm going to splatter that all over my page here. And I'm just going to let that fleed, run all over the page wherever it wants to go to. And I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to pick up some more water because I just knocked the majority of it off there. And I'm going to put some blue on here, maybe a little bit more intense than that. I'm just taking the wet brush and hitting it on my hand, to pick up a little bit more, get a little bit more on there. I'm going to use a different blue here. This is cerulean blue. All right, and then what I'm looking for is, eventually I get to a point where I get enough of that on the page, and I'm looking for, is there a place where I can see a landscape? And sometimes it's very evident. Sometimes you have to kind of keep, just keep putting your paint on the page until you see something or until you feel something, and then go with that. So I'm going to take this big brush here. This is a 1-inch flat. I'm just going to pick up a whole bunch of water. I'm not going to go over this whole thing. I'm just going to see if I can start to find an area that I think is interesting that could be, landscape-like. And I think I kind of made one in the background back there. I'm going to keep using this bigger brush, and I'm going to take this brush and just dip it right back out of the water. I'm not rinsing it off. I'm just trying to pick up some water. And I'm going to I'm thinking this sort of started to look like a rocky outcropping here, and there's a line that's sort of coming along here for me. So I'm going to do that. See if I can make that into, or see if that starts to become something. I'm not really trying to make it into anything. I'm more like I'm just going with the stuff that's on the page and seeing if that becomes something. This kind of line in the background back here is looking pretty good. I think I'm gonna do something like that, and let's see what that turns out to be. Now I'm gonna take this brush, I'm gonna rinse it off really well, and I think I'm gonna pick up some sienna here and just see if I can introduce a little bit of sienna in a few places, like that. Maybe a little bit more intensely. Yeah, that's not too bad there. A little bit more intensity in a few places like that. All right, so if we take this brush, this is my #1 watercolor brush, and I've sharpened the one end with a utility knife. I think I'm just going to, scribe some lines in a few places. See if I can't start to build a little bit of a foreground here for me. We're just going to leave that for now. I'm going to take this brush, this big brush again. I'm going to rinse it out really well because I think I just got an idea. Something just presented itself here, I think, to make a bit of a yellow ochre hill, I believe is what that's going to be. See how I'm just hitting the page like it's like a strike, okay? So just a different way to apply paint. And now there seems to be another hill right in there, and I'm going to go for that. So if you can see, I haven't put any green on this page, but you see how that yellow ochre and that blue is coming together to start giving you that green? That's really interesting, I think. All right, we're going to go for some sienna here, and I'm just kind of right now, I'm just going for whatever it is that presents itself to me. I'm just applying applying the paint in whatever seems to present itself. And what's presenting itself right now is sort of this hill with this sort of elongated line coming back up to this. And I think that's turning out not too bad. I kind of like what's happening on here. It's sort of all bleeding together. See, we got a bit of a bleed going on up in there. Nice. All right, I think I'm going to put some Payne's gray on here. That's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to put some Payne's gray maybe in a few places here. And you can see I'm just thinking out loud when I'm painting this. I'm just trying to, you know, think where's there an opportunity to insert something, and I think that's not too bad right there. I'm going to use my smaller brush here. Just start to insert some scrubland or some trees, maybe a few places like that. And you can always take this sharpened end and then just do a little bit more of that. And I'm just putting this sharpened end right into the paint. Putting this sharpened end right into the paint and just grabbing some paint with it and putting a few lines like that. That's not too bad. A little bit more across here. It's coming right along. Got some interesting things going on in a few places there. Yeah, that's all pretty interesting. All right, let's throw some salt on it, see what happens. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera there. Let's throw some salt on here. Throw some salt on there in a few places. All right, let's let this one dry and see what happens. Got some cool scribe lines coming out of a few places there. All right, let's let it dry. All right, let's have a look at this. This took about 5 hours for it to dry, something like that. Like I think it just dried up maybe about half an hour ago. And I did it this morning. So you can see where this is a great demonstration of what the salt does. Look at what this has done. It's almost like built a tree around this tree for us. All those spots, and then down across here, really made our foliage super interesting. And then we have this big giant sort of bloom thing that happened here. Look at our sky back here. Really interesting. Yeah, super nice. All right. We put our mat on. Yeah, that turned out pretty cool, right? Yeah, I'd love to know what you think of it. Let me know in the comment section. I'd love to know if you want to see more of this type of work. Do you want to see me do more of these? Or is this not something you're interested in? You want me to go back to those smaller works? I'd love to hear from you. But I'd really love to know, where you're from too. So if you want to drop me a line in the comments section, let me know where you're from. I find it really interesting. And as always, if you're currently a subscriber, thank you very much. And if you're not currently a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'd love to know that people are out there. And once again, think of every painting as an experiment. All right? Try not to take it too serious and try to have some fun with it. All right, thanks a lot for watching today, and we'll see you again next time.